guys, welcome back. This is my second time filming this intro because the first one I deleted. So today we're talking about the Ilia C Beyond Triple Serum SPF 40. That took, I don't know why it's so hard to say, but that's a mouthful. This is the new sunscreen from Ilia. It's also a vitamin C serum, so it's kind of supposed to be a 2-in-1. And what I'm going to be doing as I'm testing it out is I'm going to be wearing it in a variety, if you will, of ways. So we're going to be doing it on bare skin, we're going to be doing it on skincare, we're going to be doing it on other sunscreens, like mineral sunscreens, because sometimes people layer. We're going to be doing it under makeup, we're going to be doing it, I think that's all the ways. But if I think of anything else, I will do that. And I did want to try it in all these different ways because this one is a little tricky. It's not, I wouldn't say like as intuitive, or not, it's not that it's not intuitive, but I just feel like you want to know more about this one maybe than some other really simple sunscreens. So that's why I'm doing that. But let's get into the basics of it. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please do. Give this video a like, you know, all those things. And let me know, have you tried this? Are you looking into it? I want to know. Okay, so this retails for a whopping $64. It's already out of stock in the lightest tone or shade on Sephora, but you can still find it on their website and I think a few other places. So it does come in 3 tones. Where are my fingers? There they are. 3 tones. So you have the lightest tone, which is what I have, tone 1. Then tone 2 is really for like medium tan skin, and tone 3 is supposed to be for deeper skin tones. So I do think that's a really wonderful kind of innovation, and I think it's where sunscreens are going and where they should be going, because since this is a mineral sunscreen, it's 100% mineral, it does tend to have a white cast on some skin tones, and thinking of it more as like a light skin tint or foundation and having tones for different types of skin is something I think is important, and I'm so glad to see that. So that's one of the things that I just absolutely like applaud them for and recommend them, because they are doing what I want other brands to start doing. Like I said, this retails for $64. It's 1 fluid ounce, so this is pricey. The sunscreen that I like have been loving so far this year is the Tatcha, I forget the name, Silk sunscreen. That's $60, and I think you get 1.7 fluid ounces or 50 mils. This one is more expensive and you get less, so you're paying an arm and a leg for this stuff. It also is vitamin C infused. It has vitamin C, niacinamide, and allantoin. So those are some really like strong and really great skincare ingredients. But the vitamin C is something that I am a little like skeptical, not skeptical. I just think that they don't need it. And I'll tell you why as I start applying it and going through the wear tests. So just as a note, I've been already wearing this for about a week at this point in different ways, but I'm gonna continue to test it as I film this video. So with all that said, let's get into it. Before we get into it, I did want to mention they have what's called encapsulated vitamin C in this, and that's supposed to make it a bit more kind of like, I don't want to say like heavy duty, but like vitamin C is it's a very sensitive ingredient and tricky to formulate. So when you encapsulate it, it just makes it a little bit more stable. I think it's not something you want to like put in a sunscreen personally. I would say like if you use vitamin C, use it before your sunscreen, but it is something to note that is encapsulated. And then the other thing I wanted to mention before I applied, I said we're going to apply it, but I wanted to mention it as well. This has no coverage. Really, when I first applied it the very first time, I was like, oh, this is like the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. If you've ever tried that, it has like the most like smallest minuscule amount of coverage. This has that much, maybe even less. So I wouldn't use this as your coverage unless you just don't want coverage, then it's fine. But don't go to it thinking you're gonna like have maybe like foundation or tinted moisturizer kind of look. Okay, now that I've said all that, I think I'm ready to apply it to my face. And like I said, well, did I say it? I don't know. Right now I have my skincare on, and this is a very important test because I have had, and I'll just tell you right now up front, I've had some pilling with this sunscreen. It's not been the easiest to kind of like work with. So I did want to put on my my normal routine of skincare because I want it to work with my routine. So now I said that, I will finally apply it to my face. Oh wait, no I'm not. You have to shake it. They tell you to shake it for like 10 seconds. Okay, and I'm gonna count. I have my little quarter teaspoon. I'm gonna count how many pumps or drops or whatever it takes, because this packaging sucks. Not gonna lie. It's like, and one pump gives you 2 little drops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My arm's getting tired. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, because I want to end on an even number. That's a lot. 20 drops. I mean, I'm probably out of this sunscreen at this point. Okay, now I'll zoom in and show me applying it to my face. It's very, very fluid, so it will just like run down your face if you put it on. We still have about a half of this. Let's see if I can just drop it onto my hand. I look like I dipped my face in a pan of oil. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes and then I'll be back. So this is about 5 minutes after letting it sit. There are some positives, there are some cons, pros, cons. First off, it has no white cast at all, which for 100% mineral sunscreen, and I forget, I didn't mention, it's 10% zinc oxide. So like not the highest, but also a lot of sunscreens with zinc will have a white cast. So this has no white cast. I'm fanning my face though because it tingles, it burns, it's the vitamin C. I don't like it. I don't know why they did it. Today I did not put it over my eyes, like on my actual eyelids, because I've been doing that and it like really irritates my eyes and I end up basically wiping it off because I don't like that feeling. But I did exfoliate last night and I can feel, especially like down here where I exfoliated, that it's not doing well. It's not red and it does go away in about 5, 10, 15 minutes, but I don't even have sensitive skin, so I'm really concerned that people with sensitive skin are just not gonna like this. It's gonna irritate their skin too much. I don't know what the percentage of vitamin C is. I don't think they say. No, they don't say, but it's gotta have some like decent amount because my skin does not normally react to vitamin C. I don't think it's necessarily terrible. I think your skin may kind of acclimate to it, so I'm not gonna give up on it. I think it has a purpose. I just want to warn people that like know they have sensitivity to vitamin C, that if I can feel it, you probably will. So also, I'm very glowy. And today is one of the days that I am gonna be testing this just alone with no makeup. And I do actually have to go out in public, so this should be fun. People are gonna be like, what's wrong with her face? Anyway, if you like a glowy look, this is a glowy look, as you can see. And yeah, I will check back in throughout the day. Well, probably just at the end of the day. And then of course, you're gonna be seeing the next few applications, which are actually filmed. They were already filmed, but because I deleted this footage, I had to go back and film it. So you may be kind of thinking it's a little jumbled. That's why. I apologize. I'll see you later. Hi, welcome back. It's the end of my day. It's not necessarily the end of the day. And I have had the Ilia, where is it? The Ilia on, I don't know, like 6-ish hours, give or take. And, you know, of course, it's not necessarily like a wear test, like I'm trying to get to exactly 8 or 10 hours, but it's a full-ish day for me. And been looking at myself in the mirror, and I went into the, I was gonna say into the Sephora, into the mall, and went to Sephora, which is dangerous. And I definitely look nice and glowy and shiny. And if I touch my face, feels like an oil, like I put a facial oil on my face. But I do love this glow. Like, I feel like you look at my face and you're like, wow, she is like radiating. Like, it's a very healthy glow, but it doesn't set down. Like, it is wet. It feels wet on my fingers, not in a terrible way. It's not like sticking, like really horrible, but I would not be able to wear this alone in the summer outside with my skin type. If you have maybe drier skin, it might like soak it up a lot quicker. For me, again, with normal skin, it's just not going to, but it's okay because I don't mind this kind of glowy look. But what I am excited for is, I'm not sure if it's gonna be tomorrow or the next day. I'm gonna be wearing it as I think it's probably intended, which is under makeup. This is your sunscreen, this is your base. I do love the way it looks. Like, if I'm just working around the house and not going outside, this is beautiful if I'm not gonna be on Zoom and I don't really need to wear makeup. Not that you need to, but I like to. This is just, it's stunning. It's gorgeous. It really, really, truly is. And I do feel like this, more than almost anything I've ever tried, really is infusing skincare with sunscreen, because I can feel that vitamin C when I put it on, and it's not actually that pleasant. It's a little itchy, it's a little weird, but I feel like that makes me know it's kind of working. So those are my thoughts right now. I'll of course wrap it up at the end of the video. Hopefully this video is not too long, but I do want to be like as encompassing as I can. And I'm very excited to wear it under makeup. And I'll see you in the next day. What am I doing with my hands? Well, hello. I'm back with a slicked back bun and big earrings, even though it's a Saturday and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to try the Ilia See Beyond Triple. That's where I got the Ipple part. Serum SPF 40 today on a bare face. I have worked out, showered, done all those things, and now I need to put some sunscreen on because I'm gonna sit. Well, my desk is in front of a mirror, or not a mirror, this windows. Those are what those things are called. And so I always have to put sunscreen on. I'm gonna measure it again because I wanna make sure I'm getting the correct, oh freaking hell, I forgot again. I'm gonna have to count how many times, how many droppers. So let's zoom in and put it on my face. Also, I just put like lotion on and I feel like I'm sweating it all off. Okay, let's give this a try. Maybe I should have taken off the earrings to put on the sunscreen because I feel like they're like boop, 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 boop. Also, I'm getting kind of a late start on filming. It is 1:34 in the afternoon, but no worries. I'll be out and about, running some errands, doing chores around the house. All right. My hands are so glowy too. I keep looking at them. We are sunscreened up, and I did want to tell you a few things. I feel like this is going to go on better as just the skincare and sunscreen, because I think it was just too much with other things. Maybe not in the winter, but it is like almost 90 here today. And so once it gets to be that hot, I just can't do a lot of skincare and then something this glowy. So, looks nice and glowy. Hi guys. It is about almost 7, and so it's been on for about 6 hours. I'm gonna take it off just because I have been like going nonstop and I just don't wanna I just wanna wash my face. Not because of the sunscreen, just I wanna wash my face. But today it worked much better. I still have like this really beautiful glow. I mean, it is also, you know, warm. It's summer technically. Well, I guess it's not technically, but it feels like summer here. So this of course is what it would look like in warmer weather where I live and with my skin type. I think in the winter it would be a fun experiment, and that could go for all sunscreens. What would it look like in the winter? Because I think it's gonna be moisturizing, but I don't think if you have super dry skin, it's going to be enough probably. But I think it's going to be a really nice base. And of course, as I showed in yesterday, or the first day, which I think the file was corrupted or I'm an idiot, but I lost the whole beginning of the first day, so I'll have to refilm that. Anyway, that day I wore it over my skincare. I keep blanking on that, I don't know why. So I'm thinking that if you want more moisture, if you need more glow, if you have drier skin, I think this is one of those sunscreens that it kind of depends on what you put underneath. I don't think you're ever going to have a matte finish. So I think if you have oilier skin or you just don't want this kind of glow, then this is not the sunscreen for you. The other thing that I want to bring up again is that it irritates my eyes. It's got to be the vitamin C. I don't love the feeling. It's like 10 or 15 minutes and it kind of feels like itchy, irritated, not like burning, a little stinging, but not in a bad, like, not like when you normally get a chemical sunscreen in your eye. It's different. And I've confirmed with Priya, if you're watching Priya, hi, that it did that to her too, because we chat about sunscreens a lot. And it's interesting. I don't love that at all. So maybe tomorrow or the next day, I think I'm wearing it tomorrow, I will just kind of avoid my eyes and use a different sunscreen there, which is not ideal, but you know, we can work around it. So onward to day 3. Okay, today I'm testing it. I'm also looking a little rough, apologies. But I'm testing it over other sunscreens. So in particular, since this is a mineral sunscreen, I'm gonna be testing it over a base of another mineral sunscreen. This way, I think you can use less of it. Well, obviously you can use less of it. Otherwise, you're using 20 pumps of this for the correct amount, and that's a lot. So I used one that was just like a white mineral sunscreen, nothing fancy. It didn't actually leave as much of a cast. It's a new one, so I'm impressed by that. But now we're gonna see how this layers, because I do think that people are just not gonna be putting 500 drops or 20 drops on their face. They may be layering. This stuff really, the more I use it, the more I'm like, this stuff operates like a facial oil. Like, it does not dry down. It leaves you with a nice glow if that's what you want. But I can't imagine people with normal to oily skin like getting along with this very well. I think it's only going to be for dry skin. Oh, and I'm out of frame. Look at this. I've been working outside. I've been formulating. I've just been very busy today. So I'm not going in with 20. I didn't actually count. And I think I probably went in with more than most people would, but we'll see. Am I noticing any pilling? Let's see. I need a mirror. Maybe a little pilling. It's interesting because the very first time I wore this Ilia, I had more pilling, and since then I haven't really had as much, but I'm thinking that I am seeing maybe a little. Okay. Not really any pilling, so to speak, but I have seen that they posted on their Instagram saying that, like, if you're experiencing pilling, don't rub between your fingers, just pat on your face. And I was like, what? Can you imagine putting your sunscreen on like this all day? I mean, like, maybe people do. I know people pat their skincare on. I don't have time for that. But I also think that that is them kind of like autocorrecting, kind of like fixing something after the fact. And like people are saying that it's pilling, and maybe they should just like figure out the formula before they just tell people to pat it on their face. Anyway, this is day 3. I will finish up today. I'm going to be wearing it for the rest of the day, and then tomorrow is under makeup because I have a full day. Today is Memorial Day, so I'm not wearing makeup today. Okay, I have some thoughts. I'm going to be wearing it for one more day. I will be wearing it tomorrow under makeup, but today it did pill when I went to reapply it. Not in like a weird, like not in the normal way where you can really see it, but it just like, I could feel like tiny particles. So it doesn't layer well over itself or over others. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be like, you put it on as your skincare and like a base layer, and then maybe more sunscreen over top of it. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work, seeing as it like doesn't always layer well, but it gives you the nicest, like, oh, this glow is just out of this world beautiful. I do have fake tanner, or like self tanner, whatever on, so of course it always looks better when, well, I think it looks better when you're tan, so that's part of it. But I also think that this just gives you this radiant glow, which is beautiful. I'm not sure how practical it is. It also, even in the evening, it got in my eye and my eye was like burning, and that's the vitamin C. So there's so many downsides. There are some pluses. I will figure it out, hopefully, but I want to wear it under makeup because I think that's going to be the most practical way, at least for me. So, end of day 3 in the books. Hi guys, it's the last day of wearing this and I'm kind of ready to try other things. I'm going to be putting it on underneath my makeup, which is why I'm actually measuring it out, because I do want to get the full protection. I think I said the other day it was 20 drops, but I'm not wearing any other sunscreen, so I do need to get this. So let's zoom this up and then I will show you what it looks like under my makeup. Okay, this glow is stunning. If you haven't noticed, this is day 4 of using this for this video. I've stopped putting it over my eyelids, so I should go grab a different sunscreen, like a mineral one, because I just can't deal with the itching and like weird tingling, burning that this sunscreen gives me, and it's not very pleasant, especially over my eyes. I still get it on the rest of my face, especially like the lower part of my face. And then yesterday when I was taking off my makeup and everything, I noticed that this whole area was kind of flaky and dry. I will insert a picture of what it looks like, or looked like last night. And as I was applying the sunscreen this morning, I could just feel like bits of skin, I think. Unless it's the sunscreen pilling. I don't think it is pilling at this moment, but I hope it's not just like drying my face out, because I don't feel like it's dry, but I think it could be the vitamin C that's just maybe not doing that great, like kind of irritating my face. So those are more thoughts. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit and then I'll put makeup on, and I'll probably come back at the end of the day and let you guys see what it looked like. All right, guys, makeup's on. It looks good. It looks like really good. I actually, sorry, this is my mirror. I have like a little spot of poison ivy, I think right there. So if you're seeing like one little shiny part, I had to put some cream on that. Otherwise I will break out in poison ivy everywhere. So makeup be damned, I had to cover that. But yeah, it looks really nice. I used the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, which I've not pulled out for a while. I wanted to just give it a go. That's actually what I wore on my wedding day. So of course I love it. And it looks really nice, but it seems to be giving me some issues down here. I feel like it's like not breaking out. Like I don't break out. So like this irritation that I'm seeing and feeling is not great. I'm kind of excited to not have to wear it tomorrow. Also, I do have that same tingling feeling just throughout my face. So it looks pretty though, not gonna lie, except for this spot, but again, poison ivy, you will not win. All right, I'll check in probably at the end of the day. It's been a day. My makeup has been on. It's almost 8 o'clock. I put this on at 9. So we're going on almost 12 hours. Yeah. It looks really good, but I have a few thoughts, and I'm just gonna this is gonna be my final thoughts for today, day 4, but also for the whole video and this product. So I love it the most under makeup. I like it on its own, but you have to be prepared for a super dewy, glowy look if you're wearing it on its own. Also, there's something going on with the vitamin C. I don't think it's any of the other ingredients. I took a look. I feel it. And if it's working, I'm like, Like, I typically love to feel that feeling of something working. So I'm like, maybe I do want to continue wearing it. I'm just concerned that people with more sensitive skin, which is like basically everybody but me, it's gonna like big time irritate you. So if you're concerned about that, if you know vitamin C can like lead to dangerous places for you, I would not recommend this. If not, if you're willing to try it, it is an option. But just a reminder, it is expensive and you're only getting 1 fluid ounce. And if you're actually using this in the full amount that you should be, 1/4 teaspoon, you're gonna go through this so quickly. So I think the way that I would probably wear it is as almost like a skincare, and then I would probably use something else on top of it just to, like, if I want to conserve and not use it up in a month. So maybe like put it on as kind of like an oil serum with a little bit of SPF, and then another layer of mineral sunscreen, and then makeup. But those are a lot of steps. Like, I get that. I think that's a little ridiculous. So I do think that it's kind of like, it's just not hitting all the boxes for me. I want something that's easy, beautiful, glowy, doesn't irritate my skin, you know. And this one, it's kind of like, it's beautiful, but with a lot of caveats. So do I recommend it to just anyone off the street? Absolutely not. I think this is like high level skincare / sunscreen. And I think my main concern is people are gonna get it, they're gonna open it, they're gonna see this, and they're gonna use the little dropper, which literally it's like the smallest drop I've ever seen. And they're gonna put just not enough on, and you know, I mean, I hope that protects people's skin, but I'm always uber cautious about putting too much on versus putting too little. Well, I want to put more on, basically. You know what I mean? So I think those are my final thoughts, but I do love what it looks like underneath makeup. My skin is feeling a little dry. Could have been the concealer and like the fact that I'm in air conditioning. So I don't necessarily think it's gonna be like the most hydrating thing. It did look really stellar on its own if you like that, but you know, I do feel like my under eyes are a little tight at this moment. So I think I've said all I can say. I'm sure I've missed something. So if I did miss something, just leave me a question down below. Let me know, have you tried it? What are your thoughts on it? And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks again. Bye.